Hi, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Man, I'm telling you right now, it is about to go down like a plane crash when it comes to all of these fights that are taking place this Saturday. I mean, I feel like one of those big-time football fans. You know, they always get spoiled with multiple games on different channels, watching 2 to 4 games in one day. That's pretty much how this Saturday is going down when it comes to boxing fans. We have a whole bunch of fights. But to me, the fights I'm looking the most forward to watching this weekend are only 2 fights out of all of them. The main ones I care about is Jamal Charlo versus J-Rock Julian Williams and the battle of the undefeated heavyweights, Joseph Parker versus Andy Ruiz. 2 mouth-watering fights. When it comes to Parker versus Ruiz, I really love this fight. I've always been high on Andy Ruiz. He has the speed of a middleweight and a heavyweight's body, his boxing intelligence. He always throws punches in bunches. He's just a fun fighter to watch, especially in the heavyweight division. When it comes to Joseph Parker is a very skilled fighter as well. But when I watched Parker against Carlos Takam, Joseph Parker did not look comfortable on the inside. Carlos Takam was able to bully Joseph Parker on the ropes, and all Joseph Parker really did was go into a high guard or try to tie up Carlos Takam. Andy Ruiz is a much better fighter than Takam. So this should be an interesting fight. The question is, did Joseph Parker learn from his mistakes in the Takam fight? But I truly believe as long as Joseph Parker has been fighting as a pro, if he hasn't figured it out now, he ain't gonna never figure it out. That's just his style. But you know, I could be wrong. He could have, for all I know, he could have focused on nothing but improving his inside game, which is very possible. So, but once again, I'm picking Andy Ruiz to win this fight and possibly become the first ever Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. We've seen a couple Mexican fighters in recent history try to accomplish this goal, but obviously none of them were successful. Most recently, you had Chris Arreola, who was looking good when he was coming up as an undefeated prospect, but then he got destroyed by Vitaly Klitschko, and it was all downhill from there. Then he got another shot at the title against Berman Stavern and got knocked out. Another Mexican heavyweight, I remember, this goes back probably about, 15, 20 years ago. It was an undefeated, I don't remember if he was undefeated, but he was a good heavyweight. I believe, and I have to look this up, but I believe his first name was Alex, and I believe his name was Alex Garcia. He was a tatted up Mexican heavyweight contender, looked really good. He was knocking everyone out, and he was a top 10 contender. This was back in the Tuesday night fight days. He always fought on Tuesday night fights. Like I said, always getting vicious knockouts. And then all of a sudden he was fighting on Tuesday night fights, and he was facing a guy that was a little bit better than the opponents he was used to facing, and this guy ended up knocking Alex Garcia out. So, those are some of the heavyweights, the Mexican heavyweights I remember trying to become the first Mexican heavyweight. But I truly believe when it comes to Andy Ruiz, he is a much more complete fighter than both of those fighters that I just mentioned. So this fight is very intriguing, very intriguing. I look forward to watching it in a couple hours. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.